And I was looking at the name of your show.
You can't say it, can you?
No.
No, but there's a bit of a wanky story behind it.
Why?
I was in LA at the time, rushing from one meeting to the next, and they said, "Oh, you got to come up with a title." I said, "I can't commit to a month in January." And they said, "Well, can you at least give us a name?" And I literally was running through the door. I went, "I don't know, Comedy Good, yeah, Silly Side." And then they listened to me and called it that. She liked it and it stuck. It probably should have been called Thinking Man's Idiot too. I worked out watching some people this year in Edinburgh. I'd much rather watch a clever guy trying to be silly than a silly guy trying to be clever. And I realised that actually by even saying that, I've just put myself in the former.
Last year you had some very scantily clad ladies.
Yes.
With you. Where are they this year?
Unfortunately, they're not with us this year. I was going to get them to wrestle in the tub of beans just to try and distract people from something I was doing.
Is that what you do in your spare time as well?
Yes, I get women to wrestle in beans. No. I think they're both busy with other projects, other tins of beans. Yeah, they're off wrestling and battling for other productions. They've moved on to bigger and bolder things.
At the IFTOC Comedy Awards, didn't you get your mum on the phone?
I got my mum to talk to Christian Slater. I didn't really. And my mum was on the other end at 5 a.m. in the morning going, "Who's Christian Slater?" Well, Christian Slater was talking to her.
Oh, is she proud of you, your comedy career? Scantily
Yes,
clad ladies?
I think actually for her and Dad, me winning was a final stamp that this is a proper job finally. Up until then, they didn't really know what I was doing or what I was up to. But when that happened, it even reached the Australian press, so they were like, "Oh, right, I see. He's actually doing this."
And what do you
They've
do?
always been very supportive, but not necessarily told people the kind of comedian I am.
And what do you do the rest of the year when you're not?
This year has been very kind of international, I guess, and this year I've been recorded two albums, prepared a third one, and finished my first novel, and worked on a project with John Plowman for the BBC. But oh yes, so on top of everything else, my second DVD comes out on Monday, Sober Not Clean, which is an amalgam of the Trilogy show, which I did in Edinburgh years ago, and Greatest Hits. And there's also a commentary of a bunch of my comedian friends really tearing me a new one. It's very funny.
And where can people buy it?
HMV.
All right, okay.
So we're up here plugging that. And yes, and then there's an album of this show out at the end of the month.
You're busy.
Yes.
Very busy.
Very
what would you
busy.
be doing if you weren't doing this?
Oh, probably dead in a gutter.
Oh, really?
I think I need to keep myself occupied. Between, business and having a boy and, my time's filled well enough.
And lastly, I see you brought on this lovely green iPod. Tell us what you're listening to at the moment.
It's the most doing things tune ever. It's from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Right.
And I can only hum it, which is dun 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 dun, and it makes you think you're doing things. Like even if you're listening to it while you're just pottering around the house, just going, "He's picking up the bin, he's taking out the trash. Look at him go, he's getting things done."
On that note.
Okay.